Good morning. I have neglected my poor baby. Yeah, I gotta get her out of there. Gotta get her a big old feeding. And today is Sunday. Oh, what's the date? This is Sunday, very early in the a.m. What is today? I'll figure it out. But right now, I want to give my babies a feeding. This is the discard. It actually hooched, and it's kind of a grayish, which is fine. But I need to get her out of there. I need to get her stirred up and fed. And so I'm going to feed both of these. I'm going to feed the mother and the discard, both. So I've got a spoon, one for wet and one for dry. This one goes in here. And this one, I'm gonna give her 4 big heaping spoonfuls. A lot. And it's not measured. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it being an accurate measurement or an accurate weight. Let's just get her fed. And let's see what this does. Okay. Get this stirred up here. Let's see what this looks like. I will probably need to add a little more water to this. Alright. Add maybe a couple of more tablespoons. Get it to a nice soft dough. This will be for the discard. So this is about what I want. I want it a little bit stiffer, and this is about right. It's a nice soft dough, and I'm going to spread it out along the bottom. I'm going to grab this. This is the discard. And it's, like I said, it's got a gray hooch. Now, I'm going to pour some of that off, but probably not all of it. About like that. I'm going to stir this up. And I'm trying not to scrape any of the dried off the sides. Okay, I'm going to get a little more, I think. Now, the rest of this, I don't know if I want to pour it out or if I want to do something with it. But this is the new. think I'm going to add a little bit more water to that. And I want to actually show what that looks like. Here in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that in here. I'm going to set this in back. That's supposedly the discard. So this will be big old feeding for Mama. That's 4 tablespoons. I'll start with 4 tablespoons water. See how this does. A little more water. Now, this is actually the mother. I will stir it up. I'll take about, it's very thin, I'll take probably about 1.5 tablespoons. And the old-timers, honestly, they went by consistency of what they wanted. They didn't go by accurate measurements or accurate weights. They went by consistencies of what the dough felt like, what the dough looked like. I'll add a little more flour. I'll add a little more water. Now, oddly enough, I kind of looked it up, and there were measurements in the Bible, but not like cups and tablespoons, but like an ephah of flour, I think. Let me go ahead and get that off of there. I'm going to see what that looks like. So, that's my new ones. And I might wipe down the sides of this and put these two together just to see what it does. And then that'll be in the pink in the, that'll have the pink lid. You get this. Let me see how bad the sides are. Pretty dry. And this is why I insist on a clean container. This stuff sets up like concrete. I'll go ahead and add what's left of that. What's left of this to this, just to see what it does. To see if it'll give me any bubbles. Try not to scrape the sides with all that dried crust. I don't want the dried crust in there. But this is a refresh. This is kind of like troubleshooting, and I just want to see what this does. It doesn't mean I'm going to keep it. I just want to see if it bubbles. It probably won't. Since it's still fairly new, probably, yeah, it's a little less than a week old. When I said 5 days the other day, I actually got to counting. I think it was like 4 days instead of 5. So, oh look, there's already little bubbles. But I just stirred it, so we'll see what it looks like. And this one will be in the pink. That'll be with the pink lid. And then these two will have the red lids. And the translucent one with the D on top, this is the mother. This will actually be the discard. So, we'll see what it looks like. And this is my experiment to see if starved discard will feed upon itself and still bubble. And you know, the worst this can do is mold. So if it does, I'll just throw it out. I just want to see what it does. I should have been a chemist because I love doing stuff like this. My weekend's been crazy. This is Sunday morning. Actually, no, it hasn't. I didn't go anywhere yesterday, and I should have done this yesterday. I should have done this actually Friday. I think I haven't fed this since Thursday, so we'll see what they do. We'll see if we can get them going. But sourdoughs, you can pull them out of about anything. They're not as delicate as what you think they are. They're very resilient. And it's almost like they have survival skills. I have neglected sourdough starters. I've left them in my fridge for months, got them out. Oh no, I left that in here. Oh, well, I'll need a clean container, clean everything, and I'll see what this does. If it's not all molded and crap, if it doesn't have mold in it or anything, it's just old, angry, has a dark hooch on top, but there's no mold. There's no mold on top of it. There's no mold on the sides of the container. I'll refeed it just to see what it does. And I've actually brought sourdough starters out of it. So, alright. Well, thank you for watching. You have a wonderful day. And we'll talk to you later.